What's going on? We're doing to the hottest show on the planet. Of course, we're doing our thing. I appreciate you and you getting down in the mix. You know, the young people nowadays, it's a doggone shame. The parents have been doing a terrible job. It's all, they're wild and out of control. They have no idea what the political system just did to them. Your parents got to really be on top of them, making sure that your kids are informed as to the kind of world they're living in today, especially after January 20th of this year. You got to make sure that you read your kids and make them aware of current events, and also you have to, touch base with them. Give them some manners, give them some insight as to what that means for their present situation and for their future situation. It's unfortunate. It's a shame. So all those classes they take it about ethics and moral compass and all that, it's all game. It's all something that they're making money on certain classes with for folks. Unfortunately for them, though, they have to buy into that system so that they can try to get a piece of paper. But the question is, unfortunately, the curriculum is picked. It's filtered as to what's what. So. Either they're going to school to get a degree or they're going to school to get an education. It's two different things. One is getting a degree, which you go, you take these regurgitated facts and you get them, or you actually go and learn world history, learn the history of different, cultures, countries, and truly get yourself an education. That's what's important. It's very important that education be handled. And all the money, all the tax dollars being spent, especially the $500 million that went to Flint for the water and some other things. At the grassroots level, got to make sure that money is being spent for that. I think that it should be a wake-up call for those who have made promises and promises. Unfortunately, the picks was the lesser of two evils. We picked the Clintons on one hand, we picked Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. They were sort of reasons why the prison industrial complex is the way it is. On the other hand, we got a person whose father was a Klansman, affiliated with alt-right, which is Bannon, which his website is alt-right-wing. So unfortunately, that's the situation. And then the college, the electoral college, was set up just for that reason, so they utilized that. And when Reagan was alive, one of his main issues was Gorbachev tear down that wall. So the situation that that would even be a conversation, and that it would even be where one of our longtime adversaries would have influence in our election. It should be the most unpatriotic thing that ever happened, and for that to be someone who is giving policy, and then to come out the blocks with the first conversation talking about alternative facts. That's an insult to all Hamilton, Jefferson, Washington, everybody. But of course, if you're not educated and you don't know your history, especially American history, you would know that. So, and that's why the situation with stuff getting deregulated, stuff getting situated. And the irony of it all, and the funny part of it all is that this new freedom patient situation is just the Affordable Care Act with some things taken away. That's all. So you got to read and do your research and know what's what, know what's going on. Also, too, it's unfortunate that a lot of folks just plain don't know what's going on with what's going on politically and what that means. And you really have to educate the young people so they can know what's going on, what's happening. You dig what I'm saying? Very important. Anyway, we're here, we're chilling. We're just waiting for some people to come get down in the mix. But I do want to say this, though. It's not going to go the way they think it's going to go. First of all, you can try to turn the clock back 100 years, go back to the 50s and 60s. We ain't never going back, number one. Number two, if it's going to be, war is definitely coming. It's going to be a recession, depression. You got to remember when the Bushes was in there, gas is almost $5 a gallon. It's going to be worse this time. And so, you better tighten up, especially women and minorities. And then for you to blatantly be disrespectful to all the cultures, women, and so forth and so on, it's going to get really ugly. And all for the sake of especially white male supremacy. It ain't gonna work. You can forget about it. And ain't nobody turning back no clocks. We're going forward. And thank goodness we got the internet, because with the internet, we can communicate the same old filtered down. They do have one thing right. There's a situation about the filtered down news. They've been having the same old ABC, NBC, and then of course they have a new one, Fox News, which we know what that's about. Unfortunately, it's not one of those situations where they truly report. It's kind of where they pick and choose what it's going to be. And I realized something too as I look into the young people. I listen to them and I see how they interact. Just all the young people in general. The programming especially is very influential. And as I listen to and see how some of the young people act and react, it's interesting. One of the young men, Caucasian male, they were playing around. One of the guys came over like, I got a A on my test and thought I was going to high five him. I was like, I waved him off like, first of all, chill with that and get out of here with that. We all ain't your buddies high fiving. So that said a lot. We'll be blogging about that, talking about that on my blog and on the shows, no question. So just want to get at you and get that one of the thoughts. And also, when I was taking the shuttle, two African-American girls, one African-American guys, kind of wild. Young people will be young people, no question about that. But a little bit wild, one lady sit down, had her bag, and I told her she had to excuse herself. And then the other young man, he was kind of bumpy. I'd say, you excuse yourself when you're bumping at somebody. And they apologize, but have no home training. And same thing with as I'm eating dinner, and I thought I'd do my blog at the end of the day. I go to a restaurant I usually go to, I do my blog. And one of the employees, I guess, relative came in. He was there for about 20 minutes kicking it, like, you go hanging out. And meanwhile, the restaurant needed to be wiped down, tables wiped down, trash taken out. And they had a gnat issue as well. So it's one of those situations where, they should have been trying to make sure that the restaurant was clean. And so I mentioned what they said in a lot of derogatory conversation, which they would if you were off. So I mentioned to the manager, got him straightened out. He addressed it. She kind of had an altercation with him in the front. And then he got it straightened out. I told him to deal with it. He did. And then I called to follow through. And he was saying, they had an issue with staffing. So we in our community have a lot to do. We've got a lot to communicate about. We've got to continue to keep that communication. It's very important that we continue to have and keep that communication. It's so important. Anyway, you keep riding, keep vibing. We're doing what we're doing. I thought I'd get at y'all. We're going to be doing that. It's waiting to get together with some people. Very important. Having a great day. It's been a great time, of course. We're doing our thing. So you keep riding, keep vibing. We'll see you on the web.